Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man, got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pigskin.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to put
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They run. This is Cohen. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he fires one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Hey, 31! Cut! Shift!
After the interception, here's Watson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
You got three down.
Now Watson. Flush to his right. Open man is QT, complete. And they stop him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will make it 10-0 here in the first. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they've ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Come on, baby, let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
They'll look to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 57 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Bernard. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Earl Thomas in on the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone's got 4 down.
Now on 2nd and 16. Watson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 12-yard line.
Down. 10 Lobo.
Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Mike 51. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
2nd and 11. Got a man. It's Brown. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Complete to Marquise Brown. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Ravens.
Ready? 18 Gator. Go.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, let go. Check. Check out.
He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. 2nd and 14. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43.
Check 31, check 36, pull it high.
They'll look to throw here. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Go.
2nd and 10. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
Great.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Hey, exit. Go.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
At the 30-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check 52.
They run with Edwards, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Watch tight end. 4 down. Alert.
Down and go.
Maybe a free play for Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Boys down, he's coming. Check 49. Down and go.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field, sees that the ball's moved to the middle, and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Check 4.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson looking deep downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. He's going to have the first down past the 20. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10.
Look at me, zipper!
Now a handoff here to his running back. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, Haywood!
He'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go! Do it!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. That's complete. Bernard. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson gets it to his running back, Bernard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a 1st after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now it's Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
51, Mike 51.
Here we go, here we go. Here we go.
Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Ready, ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. On first down, it's Watson looking for the end zone. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller in the final seconds of the first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, Alpha. Mike 55. Right there in the middle.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
But we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll stay on the ground with Barber. Oh, Barber loses it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Exit, X3, 218, chopper.
This is Cohen. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And this is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. Oh, able to avoid him. And some room to run now. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On the set. 51. Hey, Bravo. Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51. What's the curl? What's the curl? What's the curl? Hey, go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
70, Indy. Hey, let's go. Better bring it. You better bring it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson, he gets it to Thomas. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
General West.
Now Cohen. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction.
Double dog, that's the way.
Hey, Orbit. Get it.
They'll set up to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant.
Back to throw, Watson. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Jalen Ferguson able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Watson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, shoot.
Mike 51.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Switch. Protein spill. Hey, high 7.
55, Mike 55. Defense wins championship.
Shoot.
He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here we go.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta. 5.
On the handoff, it's Cohen. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Faking the give. Now Watson going deep for Hopkins. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Topper!
They'll start with a give to Cohen. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Charlie. Still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. 51, Mike 51. We got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Look at me. Go.
On first down, it's Cohen. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Turner, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Set logo.
A quick throw here out to Brown. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth-quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Let's go. Undercrunch. 51.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Hatchet. Check 13.
Go out. Get it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a first down on a gain of 10. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Bernard. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him. One of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back, and they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done as you noted, and they did.
Here's Watson. Escape, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
After the sack on 1st down, Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Anthony Averett picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
At the 3-yard line.
Line of scrimmage back at their own 3 now as they come up 2nd and long.
Watch the run. Shoot.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles.